Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
You play 2K all the time.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 90.
Hey.
The Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Fournier.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, Porzingis is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's George in at the 1. Looking at the schedule doors about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Dwayne Casey gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He knows one key will be slowing down the big Latvian, 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis, who possesses that unprecedented combination of size and ball skills. So they'll try to be physical and try to keep him bottled up as much as possible. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Now George. From deep. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Let's take a moment now to recognize a player who has been incredible lately, and it's earned him Western Conference Player of the Month.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collecting huge amounts of rebounds.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
Here's Morant. 20 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line. Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heel.
And with Porzingis, as Doris, you mentioned, that energy he has is contagious.
Well, he is the prototypical modern NBA big, right? Porzingis can run the floor in transition. He can face up and shoot with range. He can put it on the deck, and he can play out of the post. What more could you ask?
And that one's good, Morant.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
And here's George for 3. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
A minute 50 left in the first. Pass to McDermott. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, the respect you have to have for McDermott's jump shot opens up that drive for the easy opportunity.
George with the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Fournier. He's coming off a 19-point game against Phoenix. On the wing, Jackson, headed by Porzingis. And it's Morant missing. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 16-6 run. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Fournier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to McDermott. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, McDermott's known for that catch-and-shoot game. The rise and fire on the catch. Pretty.
The 3 from George. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Now here's Jackson. Coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Outside, George trains the three-pointer. George has got 22.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Morant and a missed layup. Now, here's George. Here's Doncic. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Dallas, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
Hardaway is out there with Otto Porter Jr. And there's Seth Curry. And it's Kleba in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Clarkson passes to Lopez. It's tipped. Right side Curry. The shot, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see. Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
Jones. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. With 1 on the clock. And so it's Dallas with a 10-point. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Fournier out there with Morant. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Now the pass to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Didn't think that was going to go in. That's 29 points for George.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Here's Morant after Luka Doncic's bucket. And here's Morant. He's got 6. The dish to Valanciunas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's a look at some numbers for Jackson.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and that's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in, and Doncic gets it to go.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Fournier's shot is off.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
A pass to Porzingis. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. McDermott, no one around him. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. McDermott's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Now McDermott, after the missed 3 from George. Throws it up high, and Jackson throws it down hard.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic. The Mavericks have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far. And he makes the first. And George drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Jones looking for an opening. Clarkson kicks to Jones. Pass to Fournier to the paint. Here's Vonleh, and the dunk by Vonleh.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets. Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Fournier. A step-back shot here. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 4 assists now tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Now, here is George. He has 35. Porzingis can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball, following the score by Dallas. 6 on the shot clock. Fournier passes to Lopez. And it's off from three-point range. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count it. Good. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Well, see, I think Steph Curry has terrific instincts. He understands when to shoot the basketball and when to put it on the deck to create a shot.
Clarkson against Hardaway. Clarkson with the ball. There's the triple. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Dallas in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Right back after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Jalen Brunson. And it's Kleba in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. There's Morant after the made shot from George. Here's Morant, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And, you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
Now here's Brunson. He dishes it to George. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 40 points.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Now here's Morant. Brunson covering. Morant passes to Vonleh. It's Fournier on the wing. And the shot is long.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
He goes up again, and the layup good by George. George has got 18 points now here in the second half.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And he's back-to-back games like this. He is on a tear, competing with every ounce of energy he's got.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
Another 3 for Dallas.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Morant kicks to Fournier. Morant passes to Valanciunas.
I'll tell you, on the low block, Valanciunas has shown that he can be a skilled offensive player, and the defense has got to pay attention to him. What a tremendous job playing through contact.
Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, Which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Now Morant. After the missed three from George. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Mavericks leading by 20. George double teamed. Passes it to Finney-Smith. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. That one falls. 49 points for George.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
And here's Jackson after the three-pointer from George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis. And he knocks down the first one. And Clarkson taking his time here. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.